Monster Hunter Rise had a presentation this morning. The developers of Rise showcased a bevy of new information, including new monsters, locales, NPCs, abilities, and more. I was rather impressed with the trailer and the event, so I just wanted to kind of walk through it with you all and just kind of talk about what was being shown on screen. Again, like the last Rise trailer, I'm going to try to slow down a lot of this footage in some instances because I don't want this video to get flagged. Also, I haven't been keeping up with leaks or rumors. All I know about Rise is that there are dogs, wirebugs, and plenty of new monsters. So let's go ahead and kick it off with the trailer that was shown at the start of the event this morning. The first thing I wanted to mention is the new monster that was revealed at the beginning of the trailer. Its name is Ghost Harag, and he's wearing its inspiration on his sleeve, that's for sure. Ghost Harag looks to be inspired by the Namahage, a Japanese demon or yokai. Look it up if you get a chance. The mythology behind all these monsters are really kind of cool. So take a look at Ghost Harag. It looks awesome, right? It can create an ice blade from its arm, which it uses to create shockwaves along the ground. Not gonna lie, this monster is pretty intimidating. You can see some of his attacks here, like throwing his ice sword and a hyper beam, just like so many other monsters. I'm so curious about his equipment and what it'll look like. The new monsters that have been revealed so far all have been really neat, and they don't really look like anything else in the Monster Hunter universe. The trailer goes through some other monsters and combat clips. There's Lagombi, there's Kazu. Oh great, get your energy drinks ready because Great Baggy is back. Prepare to be vomited on. But then this is kind of where it gets interesting.
Let's do this! This is gonna be good!
Yep, now we can take the reins of monsters literally. I love this idea. It's so crazy that it just might work within the Monster Hunter universe. I'm sitting here wondering if Wyvern Riding was inspired by Monster Hunter stories and how you could ride your monsters. Regardless, this is straight up cool. You could take control of a wyvern and control it for a time, attacking with it, dodging other monster attacks. Now, this is going to be amazing for initiating turf wars and possibly even navigating the map. In Iceborne, there was this one area of the map that had an avalanche that was kind of tricky to trigger. Well, now you can just hop on your Tigrex and charge your monster right into the traps. I'm not sure if this is limited to just certain wyverns or if it's a blanket skill for all of them, but man, this is a great reveal and a cool idea for sure. There's this extended gameplay clip of the flagship mob, Magnamalo, fighting a Rathalos. Now, I'm not too crazy about Magnamalo. I mean, he's alright, but the effects he gives off are making me sweat, and they're also going to make my Switch sweat a bit, I'm sure. Hoping the frame rate's stable and that the visuals, whether it be resolution, effects, load times, aren't too compromised. Anyway, the neat thing about this fight is Magnamalo initiates the turf war with Rathalos, and they get entangled in the sky, and Magnamalo, probably the winner, flings the two of them down at the hunter, creating a huge explosion. It sort of reminds me of Rajang when he goes into his hyper pinball mode. There's also Mizusune, everyone's favorite little bubble fox. I like Mizusune, and I'm wondering if the other members of the Fated Four from Generations will show up. It would be cool to see Astalos or Gammoth again. Glavenus was alone in Iceborne, so who knows, but I'm holding out for as many monsters as they could cram on that little Switch cartridge. So that's kind of an abbreviated version of the trailer, but the show is just getting started, the digital event from this morning. The icy locale that they're showing here is called the Frost Islands. There's definitely no snow effects here, no footprints or anything like that. But it is interesting that there's evidently some lore. The narrator mentions that the islands used to have a nest of dragons long ago and that the heroes tried to slay them, but failed. That explains the long abandoned ships, frozen in time, along with bones of giant monsters. I swear, it must be so much fun to come up with these environments and backstories, and the teams at Capcom are just so talented at what they do. The endemic life from World and Iceborne is expanded in some aspects because now you can pick them up and use them in battle. Previously, there was like Nitro Toads and Paralysis Toads that could inflict statuses or damage enemy monsters, but in this clip here, the hunter is picking up what looks a lot like a lobster or a crayfish or something. This is really cool as well. I always thought the endemic life previously was really great and useful for world building, but not much more than that. Sure, you could capture them, but you never really got anything out of them besides home decorations and achievements. Now it seems they have more of a purpose and they can be used in gameplay, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes, potentially changes monster strategies. Barioth is also confirmed to be in Rise, which is cool. It'd be neat if Sandberryoth came back as well. Just a random thought. Then there's everyone's favorite phallus in disturbingly gross detail, the Kezu. They scroll through some more monsters here, Great Baggy and Lagombi, two low-risk monsters for new hunters. There's Tigrex as well, and Mizusune again. Watch out for those bubbles, man. Those things always get me. And finally, there's a little spotlight on Magnamalo, the flagship monster. Now, I love this opening shot of Magnamalo just carrying around this poor little Arzoros by the scruff. Like, Magnamalo is so much bigger than I thought he was, based on this here, because, you know, Arzoros is not a small monster in its own right. And here, Magnamalo is literally carrying him like a chew toy. Lots of great monsters mentioned in this event. Can't wait to see the full roster. The next section is about Wyvern Riding, and at some point in the game, hunters will unlock this ability to use with their wire bugs. The clips here sort of show what I was talking about earlier. You can control other monsters, you can attack other monsters, direct the monster that you're riding into traps or walls, or you know, there's all sorts of different possibilities for this. And this will be really helpful for solo players too. So let's head back into the village now to talk about some of the lively residents over there. Now, I'm not going to go through these too much, but gotta say, I'm constantly impressed by Capcom's ability to make all these really cute things look natural in this classic Japanese mountain village. Like, the two things shouldn't go together, but they do. Look at this little Tetsukabra. He's so small and he has a little harness on. I'm telling you, this is more monster domestication. Monster Hunter Stories is canon. Take my word for it. Oh god. Wait, no. Never mind. I take it back. Look at this dude's earlobes. Like, what the fuck? This is the pet handler in the village. If I was a character in Monster Hunter, this is who I'd be. He just gets to sit around and pet dogs and cats all day. Living the dream, dude. Then this training area here got a revamp compared to the previous games. Now you can attack a giant Kappa machine. Love these details. Look at how they recreated the hair or shell. It's so cool. Wonder if there's more like manufactured monster training monsters like this. From here, the event starts to wrap up a little bit, goes into the release date and the product information. The release date is March 26th, so just a little under like 3 months away, I guess. And then there's the DLC and pre-order bonus. You get a retriever costume and a forest cat costume for pre-orders, but you can also get the amiibo to get a special layered armor. Now, if you do want to get the amiibo, you might want to consider pre-ordering them from a local store, because you know how Nintendo likes to create artificial limits on customers, and you know, it's probably best to pre-order those, but yeah, at least if you know you're going to purchase one. So there is going to be a demo for the game. The demo has 4 quests, but 2 of them are tutorials. You can see them here. There's one to slay a Great Izuchi, one for a Mizusune, 1 basic training tutorial, and 1 Wyvern Riding tutorial. This demo seems to be similar to the previous demos, where you can play solo, local wireless, or online with others to finish each quest. The demo is only available until February 1st, so don't wait. There's also another restriction. You could only do 30 hunts in the demo, so I don't know if you might have to make more accounts if you go through that limit, but again, the demo is only available until February 1st, so don't wait to try this out. Well, that kind of sums up the event from this morning. Just a real quick overview here. As for my closing thoughts, I am fully on board with Rise. It looks phenomenal. The hype train is real. I'm optimistic that it'll turn out to be a great entry in the series. The Wirebug, the monster riding, new monster designs, all look astounding. Once I renew my Nintendo Online subscription and download the demo, I'll definitely be playing with folks over in the Team Taco Discord, so if you want to join in, feel free. That'd be a lot of fun. All hunters are welcome to join. Alrighty, folks. I'll catch you later. Happy hunting. Peace!